An open letter to Fleasa when you LARP as a lawyer and you still get sued. Dear Fleasa, this isn't an opposition. This is your diary entry from the edge of a breakdown. Stapled to a court docket and sent through Pacer like it was a fanfic submission. You filed what you apparently think is a legal brief, but it reads more like you just took a bath in Vomit's Substack comment section and dried it off with printouts of Lip's latest psychotic rant. Let's start with the obvious. You don't know the law. You made that painfully clear with every paragraph of this idiotic, rambling hallucination you dared to file in federal court. You filed a fever dream, not a pleading. You don't oppose a Rule 15 motion with a "he's mean" on YouTube. You don't defeat jurisdiction with "Ray is an old man and has bad lungs." All you did was confirm that you have been colluding with Ray about the whole case. What an absolute fucking moron. I'm pissing myself laughing right now that you're trying to bring in information about Ray that only he would have told you, you complete and total imbecile. You have proven in your first attempt at filing what Jeremy Hale's claims against you. You don't cite a 1998 disciplinary case about someone else's dental license and pretend it's relevant to whether you got served. You fucking imbecile. You don't even understand the rules that you're citing. What you filed on June 17th, 2025, well, it was actually June 16th, 2025, but it showed up on the 17th, is not a legal document. It's not even a good tantrum. It's a manifesto of delusion, poorly disguised as a pleading jam full of conspiracy, fantasy, irrelevant citations, and baseless smears. This isn't just a bad brief, it's a flaming diaper of incompetence hurled at the docket by someone who thinks YouTube subs equate to credibility in federal court. I am surprised you didn't throw John Crook under the bus again. Somehow, in your fucked up mind, this circus of a filing was going to what? Dismiss a properly served party because you don't like being sued? Let's be blunt. Your opposition to substituting John Doe with Raymond Bonebreak Jr. is a frantic effort to gaslight the court with irrelevant fucking fiction, wrapping your conspiracies of the First Amendment and launder the defamatory bile you and your anti-what-the-hell's cult have been spewing into something you can pretend is protected commentary. It's not. We see you. You began laughably, I mean very laughably, by declaring this case is about monetizing conflict. You should know. You have monetized lies, fueled hate, built your entire digital existence off of leeching off of Jeremy Hale's name. You're not opposing emotion, you're auditioning for sympathy while clinging to the last crumbs of attention your decaying channel can fucking muster. You're not the counterpoint, you are the content warning. Let's walk through this dumpster fire. Rule 15, dumbass, of civil procedure allows amendment freely with the court's permission when justice so requires. You pretend this is some kind of last-ditch ambush. It's not. It's standard. It's literally textbook civil procedure. Your argument that it's too late is laughable. Ray was already named John Doe and has already been served. All this motion does is update the caption. What you call conspiracy is just basic law. You screech about how Florida doesn't have personal jurisdiction over Rainbow Break because he's 80 and disabled, and that's not how anything works. You don't become immune to jurisdiction because your knees hurt. Ray entered the stream, participated in online attacks, and became part of the coordinated defamation campaign aimed directly at a Florida plaintiff and a Florida party. That's jurisdiction 101. And guess what? You made worse contacts with Florida than Ray. You live there. You've mistaken you've mistaken YouTube drama for legal argument. This isn't a defense, it's a deflection. Whether or not Jeremy Hale's documents public legal proceedings is immaterial to whether he has legal claims. What actually on trial isn't his upload schedule. It's your campaign of coordinated defamatory attacks. The law doesn't exempt you from liability just because your lies come with a live stream link. You actually cited the deranged babble of legally lips as if it's some affidavit of truth. This is a woman who filed emergency writs in the Florida Supreme Court claiming ADA discrimination by the bar. She called for cleansing of government corruption, used the words revenge porn and AI profiling in the same sentence. Quoting her is like quoting a Wikipedia page written by a raccoon on meth. You've downgraded your credibility just by typing her name in there. Referencing legal lips as a sort of legal support is like citing a toddler with finger paint and referencing and your expert witness in a forgery case. Sorry. Lips is facing sanctions, dropping her own lawsuits, and admitted to bribing other parties for cooperation on stream. Citing her lawsuit is like stapling a crayon drawing to your opposition and yelling, "See, I told you." Your allegation that a motion to amend is a stall to avoid the anti-slap motion is really rich, considering your crew has filed more frivolous bullshit motions than a sovereign citizen convention. And let's be real, the only thing you're trying to avoid is accountability. That's why you're whining about YouTube creators being silenced, while simultaneously begging the court to ignore service of process. You cited exactly 0 binding precedent that supports your position. You did manage to squeeze in a 1998 Arkansas Supreme Court disciplinary opinion about Shockett's dental fraud, which has nothing to do with his license in Florida, in 2025, in this case, against you. You dragged it in because you've got nothing else, just a smear, and it's a lazy one at that. You claim Randy Shockett never attempted to confer with you. The email says otherwise. You contacted him, got a reply, and now you lied to the court in a sworn filing. That's not a technicality, that's misrepresentation. Court doesn't need to guess who's telling the truth. The receipts are printed. Your credibility isn't in question. It's missing. It's gone. Poof, it's like flew over the cuckoo's nest. Not one relative case law citation to support your core position. Not one shred of legal precedent supporting the denial of Rule 15 amendment when the defendant has already been named, served, identified. Your opposition reads like a gossip column with a head injury. Paragraph after paragraph of irrelevant trauma, falsehoods, out of context smears meant to sway a YouTube audience, not a federal judge. Your opposition fixates on Jeremy Hale's YouTube content as if having an audience strip somewhat of legal protection. That's not a defense, it's a confession. You're admitting you knew exactly what you were doing, that you intended to join a public harassment campaign, and that your real grievance is not the lawsuit, and you're exposing yourself. Keep it up, stupid. This isn't your courtroom LARP where everyone claps when you say I object and cut to your intro graphic. This is a federal judge reviewing the conduct of you and your co-conspirators, one of whom is already under injunction, several of whom are on record calling for financial and physical harm to the plaintiff, and at least one who tried to buy a minor's audio file from their own grandchild. You're not the underdog. You're not being silenced. You're not clever, and you're definitely not legal savvy. You are a defendant in a federal civil conspiracy case, and this garbage fire of a filing just confirmed exactly why. You filed a motion that reads exactly like ChatGPT got hit in the head with a frying pan, bent over, and reamed in the ass. It's a mess of bad case law, no argument, and enough projection to light up a movie screen. You think that quoting vomit, lips, and paint chips makes you credible? It makes you the newest member of a rapidly crumbling cult of frauds. Now you've officially put your name on it. Yeah, you didn't file a defense, you filed an exhibit. Sincerely. Shizzy Wisnut. This artard in Velcro shoes, riding the short bus of federal justice straight through your fever dream. And I am definitely still dancing on your legal grave. What a dumbass.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.